Okay, live now on Facebook. Welcome to the Poetic Reading with Fatal. Brian says, all right, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Let me begin with Dominic Windram from UK. He's from northeast part of England, and he's a artist, martial art, yes,
That's an
and a
English
great
teacher.
writer. He's been, introduced by, from England, get to know each other from the Poets Without Borders. That is a wonderful group. Let's welcome Dominic Windram.
Thank you very much. This is a poem which sort of the theme of love is mystical experience. So here we go. In silent communion. In silent communion, we observe life's patterns, which move in slow motion, like waves lapping upon time's shore. A sense of otherness arrives like a fresh gust of wind, carrying the sweet scent of violets in spring. In silent communion, we break through the prisons of selfhood and become one with the warm world. We absorb the vast expanses of gold and green. Within our pale blue veins flows the blood of dreams. We are witnesses to the whispered wisdom in the gnarled roots of ancient trees. In silent communion, matter and ghost are wedded, until there is only the light of pure presence in our hearts. In silent communion, we perceive the eternal design, which is so simple yet intricate, paradoxically profound. Thank you.
Wonderful, sir.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Do you have another one for us, or you
That's okay. I was going to do one about Kung Fu, but
okay, sir. Thank you for joining, Dominic. Thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate you letting me on because I've got to go soon. So thank you.
Yes, so we are here to understand, one each other. So that is what. Thank you, Dominic. Please keep coming, and whenever you get the time, so the platform is yours. Thank you, Dominic. Let's jump on to our next poet. Our next poet is a scholar, and she is an invitee of SARC, festivals, and she's been invitee of South African University to give her lectures, and she is a multiple book writer and a award-winning author and poet, and she is Molly Joseph. Please welcome her.
Thank you, dear President, for accommodating me. In fact, I was missing your company for last 2-3 times. How I missed it. No, one thing or other, maybe health or whatever. But today I'm so happy that I can be with you to share a poem of mine on the little joys of life, that taken for granted little moments of life. Like when I play with the puppy with my grandchildren. Yeah. Innocence jolts around. The pup, the little ones, the green grass, basking in the evening glow. It rides in the air, ripples of joy, laughter. Naughty to the core, the pup, excited, pulls at the leash to outrun the kids, to jump on, tussling, licking its endearing bites, which can turn harsh on little ones. Yet they persist. We need run, jolt our reach. I struggle. The grandma would love to let the happy world to themselves. But for the young parents who frown at pet play beyond the limits. Gone are those childhood days when with siblings and pets, borderless fun moments we had, unafraid, infection-free, innocent love. Yet, moments charm the little joys of life. Beauty exists on the fleeting random. Grab them we must, playing, till the evening parts, crimson red, reluctant to leave. Play we must, with a song, the chipmunk makes its mocking scamper through the leaves, cackling, and there flies the cuckoo with a song full-throated. Thank you, dears. Thank you so much. The
Wonderful, ma'am.
ninth,
Little joys of life. Yes, ma'am, indeed. Chipmunk. We could be whisperings of chipmunks, and what a beautiful imagery, woman, ma'am. Wonderful, wonderful imagery. Thank you. Thanks for taking us to a memory lane. So
thank you, dear.
thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Great.
You got to jump onto Inspired Poetry Corner with
Thank you.
our friend. Yes, you should go. And we should all meet each other, right? Thank you, man. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.
Now let
Learned one. I
Thank
have
you.
to.
Thank
Okay.
you. Happy Onam, man. Happy everything. Happy festivities.
It's a vishu. It is vishu for us.
I wish you. Sorry. Wish you. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank
man.
you, Laura, Lantern, everyone. No? I
Yeah.
think Richard is also there. Then Basudev, all my friends are here. Gargi Saha, Gangalaxmi ma'am. Thank you all so much.
Lovely
you.
souls. Thank you, man. Thank you. Now let me jump on to our next poet. Our next poet is the one who is very active on this platform, not only this platform, but across all platforms. And she is always, keen on responding to the prompts. And, every time, she's, in writing speed, I would say, in both husband and her, wife, duo. So wonderful pair. I love them. So let us welcome Gangalaxmi Patnaik, ma'am, to read her poem. So give it up. Gangalaxmi, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you, Prasanna sir. You have kept my request. Thank you. Good evening,
Thank
everyone. My hearty thanks to dear Prasanna Kumar, founder, admin, Fertile Brains, for his sweet invitation to participate in today's live video recitation on Fertile Brains platform on the occasion of Sunday, 16th April 2023. Now I will recite a poem on heat waves, but before this, let me speak you how heat waves are formed. Actually, what is heat waves? These days we are getting this, and Prasanna sir at first introduced that we are getting heat waves, but smiling waves are more in Prasanna sir today, I think. What I feel, yes, heat waves is a natural disaster. Climate change makes heat waves, storms and droughts worse. Heat waves can burden health and emergency service, increase strain on water, energy, and transportation, resulting in power shortages. Food and livelihood may also be strained if people lose crops or livestock due to extreme heat. Now I would recite a poem on the prevention of heat waves. The title is Heat Waves Shimmering. Heat waves simmering. Heat waves simmering, temperature soaring, feel wet from sweat that is pouring. Heat waves simmering, temperature soaring, feel wet from sweat that is pouring. I am physically sick from sun, perspiring, sweat got weeping. I am physically sick from sun, perspiring, sweat got weeping. We worry over heat waves elasticity. Sun's mercury temperature rises gleaming. We worry over heat waves elasticity. Sun's mercury temperature rises gleaming. No breeze blowing. Stay restricting outdoor activity. Avoiding shining, flickering. No breeze blowing. Stay restricting outdoor activity. Avoid shining, flickering. Take cool showers twice daily. Avoid pills. Add heat to body. Take cool showers twice daily. Avoid pills. Add heat to body. Take leafy greens, provide cooling effect, drink fluids plenty. Take leafy greens, provide cooling effect, drink fluids plenty. Feel comfortable indoors, under cool roofs, with curtains, shutters, or sunsets. Feel comfortable indoors, under cool roofs, with curtains, shutters, or sunsets. Wear lighter, breathable clothing. Avoid tea, coffee, alcohol, dehydrating beverages. Wear lighter, breathable clothing. Avoid tea, coffee, alcohol, dehydrating beverages. Keep diet right. Reduce internal heat. Take watermelons, our summer companions. Keep diet right. Reduce internal heat. Take watermelons, our summer companions. Boost energy to diet. Beat the heat. Drifted away sunlight. Bury indoors. Boost energy to diet. Beat the heat. Drifted away sunlight. Bury indoors. At the day ends, watch sun sinking. Grass green oozes coolness. Move outside. At the day end, watch sun sinking. Grass green oozes coolness. Move outside. Sit in cool air from greenness of trees. Move in cool breeze inside. Sit in cool air from greenness of trees. Move in cool breeze inside. Now my heat wave recitation is over. Thanks all of you. Thanking you.
Wow, that was indeed a message. Yeah, shimmering heat waves. Yes, she need to be cooled down with those, those words. Watermelon is the best source of, quenching your thirst and, keeping yourself cool. Exactly, man. That was so nice. It is too hot and too bad, what do you call it? Very draining. Thank you for you always bring out some messages through your poetry. That was so wonderful about you. So give it up and give a round of applause for Gangalaxmi Patnaik, man. So
Thank you.
okay, let's move on to our next poet. Shaz, our next poet is the one who is across everywhere. I mean, she is a beautifully, she composes poems, and she is an award winner. Award-winning a poet, and her name is Lara Grevel. Yes, let's welcome.
Thank you very much. Wonderful to see you, Prasanna, and all, and hear your work. Sorry that I can't stay the whole time today, but I'm very glad to be here. I'm going to follow up Molly's work where we had some animals mentioned. And this is called Song Lines. Floyd the rabbit sits still, where dreams spun between trees shimmer with ravens waiting for songs sung late. Floyd is waiting for time to say the word, to turn the world not too late, to share baked dreams that cool crusted leaves, dripping butter names from trees. Floyd speaks to trees that stand against time, sent to tell who leaves, while others sit still among the branches. Floyd asks, have you heard the owl's last meal, dropped by bleeding trees, dram by dram from dreams? Have you tasted blood's own time, raining salt that burns like stillness when your songline ends? Thank you. The next piece, again, animal related in a certain way, Goddess of Beaver Lagoon. The beaver knew who she was when she rode up on her bike. It was the gloves she wore showed her power, their greenness redolent of spruce. The beaver waited for that spruciness, then swam steadily with nostrils above water. He didn't care about men, ignored their electric fences, sterile mown edges, attempts to build cities. Here was the one who counted, for whom he spent months cutting down trees, planning and constructing dams, flooding forests, waiting. Till she sped down the hill, the greenness preceding her, as her steely eye reviewed the standing copse of dead birch, ghostly gray, tops bare and broken, the piled wreckage in 2 creeks, stuffed with tree limbs and swamp grasses, causing the bodies of water held back to reflect the sky perfectly in the stillness of the lagoon itself. All progress stopped. She took off her gloves, greenness preceding, and threw them in. Her donation to his dam pride.
Wow, brilliant, brilliant. Wow.
Thank you.
That's the way of telling. I mean, that is so subtle, but yes, for the each word we could easily hear, and you could, that goes into the heart. That was something so sublime, and I like the way you read, the whole 2 poems. So beautiful, they're beautiful. Thanks, Laura. Thanks for, giving out your message with your poems and the nice imagery you were wanting to. Wonderful. Thanks for coming, Laura. Please keep coming, and show it's your loud. So thank you. Let's jump on to our next poet. Our next poet is she's a mainstay of our group, and she regularly she never misses writing prompt or whatever where she's given. But yes, her name is Gargi Saha. Please welcome Gargi Saha.
Thank you, Prasanna sir, for giving me a chance soon. I won't be able to stay long today. So thank you once again for conducting such wonderful poetry evenings to read poems. Poets are usually the neglected lot, but thank you so much. Here goes my poem, Woman. Don't consider me weak, meek, reticent. I can be Goddess Durga, sitting on a lion, symbolizing power, courage, righteousness. Or can be Mother Teresa, caressing the mental agonies of millions across the world. Or Lady Florence Nightingale, whose actions spoke louder than words, service before self, healing the injuries of the world. Or can be Mirabai, whose devotion was praiseworthy. Or Maitri, the learned lady in the Vedic times. A woman characterizes compassion, affection, trust, mercy, sympathy, forgiveness, a paragon of virtues, fulfilling the universe by her gracious presence. Don't belittle a woman in any form. She symbolizes humble honor. There is another one, sir. May I read that? That's contrast. An elephant and an ant walking together. A beautiful smooth rose born with sharp thorns. A proud mountain standing tall, and short green feeble grass growing on it. A tall giraffe wandering, and a short squirrel climbing on the barks. The sweet mango, bitter gourd, beautiful peacock flaunts his tail. The ugly crow caws at dawn. They all exist in the same universe, smiling all oddities in life, never grumbling, annoying anyone, the treasures of nature. Thank you.
Many animals are coming. From the beginning. Wonderful, yes. On that serious note, but yes, wonderful, beautiful, ma'am. Thank you, thank you. And that was a great dedication towards women and a tribute to women. That was beautifully, put. So thank you, thanks for coming, and thanks for your support. And
Thank
let's
you so
jump
much.
on to our next poet. Our next poet is Robert Fleming. Is the first time on our show, so just welcome him. He's a super open mic artist like Gustav, Robert, Laurel, Ravitaker, and Robert. Welcome to the show. Here is
Thank you. Good morning. I'm in United States. I'm in Lewis, Delaware. It's currently 9:50 a.m. I am a writer and a graphic artist, and I'm going to share something more about craft as opposed to a specific piece. About 2 years ago, I became a member of the Horror Writers Association. And in order to become a member, you have to have proof of $25 of payments for writing. So I'm going to show you how I got there. One of my fortunes is that I linked up with a publisher in the United States called Devil's Party Press, who wants their writers to be able to become members of the organization. In order to submit for publication, you have to pay $10, but if you're accepted, the publisher gives you $25, which is enough money to qualify to become a member for the Horror Writers Association. This was my first publication with Devil's Party Press in 2021. It was an anthology called Halloween Party, and my piece was called Elevator of Blood. It was a tribute to the scene in the movie The Shining, where the elevator releases 1,000 gallons of blood onto a linoleum floor. The next was an example of a science fiction literary magazine called Abis and Apex. And my submission was both written and an audio, and it was like a script from a movie, and they paid me $5.50 for that, and then PayPal charged me 65 cents to get the money. And the next year, I was also in Devil's Party Press anthology called Solstice, and my piece was a haiku sequence, and it was about the worst things that could happen to you on New Year's Eve. So it was a comedy piece. And the other way that I could have used to qualify is I am an artist, and when I make sales, the gallery gives me checks, but it's difficult because all of the payments, they don't have the name of the piece, but the Horror Writers Association was flexible, and they accepted me into the organization. So thank you. I just wanted to share that piece on craft, how you could become a member of the Horror Writers Association. And I will put the link for the organization in the chat. Greetings from Delaware.
you could read your poem too, Robert. And congratulations on your achievement. And yes, provide those links in the chat box so that others could follow, and maybe if they feel they're interested, they could join. And yes, please read out your poem, any of your poems. We would like to hear.
Okay, I'll read the first one from this was the first poem that I received payment for. It's called Elevator of Blood. Fade in, such a setup. Make 1,000 gallons of blood. Red dye, red dye, red dye. Contain blood in buckets. Kubrick commands, make blood for 4 takes. Don't let the blood drip into the gap. Action. Drain the blood on the elevator floor. Cut. Super mop the floor for the next take. Cut. More blood. Action. Cut. Less blood. Action. Stanley smiles. Tompkins, the blood's right. Vinyl clot. UCLA Film School did not teach me how to remove a blood wave from deviled egg carpet. Next setup, twin tricing on the yellow carpet and linoleum floor. Extract the blood drops from the carpet. Shine the linoleum. Stanley says Jack starts shining. Tompkins says tricycle set. Kubrick screams, twins on tricycles, take 1. Alcott shoot. Action. Fade out. Elevator of blood. And that was a tribute to the movie The Shining. And Tompkins, the art director for that movie won the Academy Award for the movie The Shining. Thank you for letting me share my imagination of the filming of what I imagined would have been a very difficult scene in the movie The Shining.
Thank you, Robert. That was quite cinematic. Yes, we were like into cinema hall. Yes, that was really gripping. Thank you, Robert. Please share those details of whatever you shared, is presented in the chat box so that others could follow, or maybe they could join. And thanks for joining it for the first time. And please keep joining and keep coming and keep, letting us hear your poems. And thank you once again. Give it up for Robert Fleming. Let's jump on to our next poet. Our next poet is the one who is the, better of Gangalaxmi Patnaik, ma'am. Yes. He said, yes, he requests no introduction, but yes, he's a retired banker, he's a writer, he's ever active. So let's welcome Shyamaprasad Patnaik's.
Thanks, Prasanna. Good evening, dear distinguished poets. My sincere thanks to K.K. Prasanna sir, founder and chairperson for the Fertile Brains, to invite me for reading this poem. The title of my poem is Keep Hopes Afloat to Accomplish Dreams. It's a motivational poem. Hope you will like it. So here it goes. We must dream positive and keep hopes afloat to accomplish. Hopes should flow like eternal fountains from your soul. Your positive hopes will sure to transmute your dreams metamorphose. When you are given opportunity to fulfill your cherished desires, through encouragement, you become quite sincere in your best efforts. When you are fulfilling one dream, you accomplish more such dreams. You may not fulfill your dreams, but you should never give up. Because at times it takes longer period to fulfill your dreams. But no mission remains unachievable if you have faith on yourselves. Almighty puts hurdles on your way to test your caliber. Your indomitable courage and capabilities helps you to overcome obstacles. Cross milestones one by one, accumulate powers, keeping hopes alive. Always dream perfect with big hopes to cross turbulent tides. If your boat is about to capsize in mid-ocean, take help of little raft to swim against tidal waves. Never give up hopes. Keep your lifeboat afloat to reach shore. And that is the end of my poem. Prasanna sir, if you permit me, can I go ahead with one of my Hindi poem? Because I am a bilingual writer. I write both in English and Hindi. So मेरे ये हिंदी कविता आपके लिए पेश करता हूँ. इसका शीर्षक है उपासना की क्षमता. The power of worshiping. मन की एकाग्रता और अंतर से दृढ़ता उपासना आपको पहुंचाए कायनात के शिखर पर. दुनिया के लोगों के प्रति अपने दिल में प्रेम भाव जगाओ और बनो सबकी मददगार. उनकी दुआएं और मन में प्रेम आपको पहुंचाए अनंत सुख और असीमित प्यार. उपासना की क्षमता को कभी कम मत आंकना. दूसरों के लिए प्रेम और गहरी विश्वास ही सर्वोपरि है, जिसका नहीं कोई उपमा इस जहान पर. आपका प्रेम और अपनापन ले लेगी आपको खुदा के अंतर की निकटतम स्थान पर. अपनी खुद की सुख और आराम से ऊपर उठकर करते रहना सेवा उनकी जो है गरीब और लाचार. पूरी लगन से मानव सेवा ही परम धर्म है और भगवान का सच्ची उपासना का सही आधार. हमेशा सत्य, दया, अहिंसा, प्रेम, स्नेह और अन्याय और क्रोध पर नियंत्रण रखने से ही आपका होगा विश्व भर में जय जयकार. सच्चे मन से देश प्रेम और देशभक्ति ही सबसे बड़ी आराधना जो सभी के दिलों में जगाए आपके प्रति अनंत श्रद्धा और प्यार. इसलिए अक्सर आपको दिल में ठान लेना होगा, देशभक्ति को दिल में हमेशा रखना है बरकरार. तो ये थी मेरी हिंदी कविता. उम्मीद है आपको पसंद आया होगा. एंड थैंक यू प्रसन्ना सर गिविंग मी such an opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. That was quite inspirational, spiritual, and encouraging, and very well motivated. So wonderful rendition of yours, sir. Thank you. Thank you once again. Okay, let's jump on to our next poet. Our next poet is a rock star and he is a power star and he is a superstar, I would say. I love his hats, his caps, and I love his husky voice. His name is, I basically love him. His name is Gustav Sallas. Please welcome him.
Cheers. Thank you. I have two pieces today. On Thursday, the Republican-controlled Florida legislature gave final approval to a near total ban on abortion after 6 weeks, sent the governor the bill, who signed it in the dark of night. This is the DeSantis triptych. Part 1, Retrograde Ron. Let me tell you a little bit about Ron DeSantis and his retrograde views. Some of you know, to others this will be news. He's old school, like the 1860s, racist as fuck. Bans books and thoughts, man does he suck. Ron's anti-vax and anti-choice to boot. To those who oppose him, he's a real brute. Just ask Disney what he did with Don't Say Gay. He must never be president, this I pray. His fascist views are regressive, domineering, autocratic, and repressive. Want to move forward to the future? We can't with Ron, the Trumpist ass smoocher. So heed my words and don't buy the media hype. Ron's a fucking brown shirt gutter snipe, not fit to lead this country, my friends. So stand against DeSantis, because this fight never ends. Part 2, Ron's Palinode. I once wrote a poem comparing W. Bush to Satan. Though he's a smirking war criminal, now it's not him I'm hating. This poem is about Ron DeSantis, Florida man. He's come to screw you any way he can. Whatever you do, don't say gay. Make all bad thoughts go away. Like CRT in your math textbooks. Sure, these guys may sound like kooks, but trust me, they are deadly serious. If you let Ron win, he'll get imperious. He'll have you bow before his greatness and praise his white male Christian straightness. Part 3, Meet DeSantis. DeSantis, meet DeSantis. He's a modern Stone Age governor. He is dumb as a rock. Took the CRT right out of history. Someday, maybe Ron will win the fight. Then you'll be so fucking far right when you're with DeSantis. Have a yabba dabba do time, a dabba do time. Don't say a gay old time. Don't say a gay old time. And this piece, my friends, is called I'm Pro-Choice. If men could get pregnant, abortion would be a religious sacrament. You would be able to grab the morning pill at 7-Eleven in Cool Ranch and flaming hot flavors. Listen up. This is not about protecting life. It is about controlling women. If they cared about life, they would vote to feed children. They would vote to house them. They would vote to educate them in schools safe from gun violence, but they don't. They are not pro-life. They're just forcing women to give birth, and that is cruel and unusual in the extreme. Women are not domestic infant suppliers, you medieval monsters. Repeat after me, erections have consequences and elections have consequences. I urge all of you to stand for women's bodily autonomy and vote as if your rights depend on it, because they do. Thank you very much.
Wow, wow, wow. Brilliant. Give it up for Gustav. That was quite vocal. Wow, wow, my goodness. Gustav, you rocked it, man. Women save, especially I like the second one. Wow. I would like to, ask you about your cap. Could you share a little bit of, your cap? Could you shed light?
This is the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. They have 2 open mics that I can credit to saving my life during the pandemic. Monday night, 8 o'clock Eastern time, and Thursday night at 9 o'clock Eastern time. Come check them out, everyone.
Yeah,
Take care.
I'm part of it. I'm part of it. But how did you get the cap, man? That is what I want.
Oh, how I got the cap. Oh, it's kind of a little secret. Someone from Nuyorican Poets Cafe sent me the cap, and I lucked out. I met them and they sent me the cap. $30.
Wow, that's good. That's good.
They're not available on the website yet.
Okay, but yes, that was really a great platform. I would say that's Latin has gone, but yes, thank you for sharing that, Gustav. Thank you, thanks for coming, and thanks for sharing your love. That was a two powerful pieces that you presented. Okay, let's jump on to our next poet. Our next poet is the one who is a retired professor or teacher or lecturer, but whatever it is. Let's welcome his first time joining with us on Fertile. So let's welcome Dr. Maheshwar Das.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My title of the poem is Honorable Master. Honorable Master. Oh, the Honorable Master of the world, wherever I am extending my gaze to the distant horizon, where the sky merges with the earth, throughout the whole ambience, everywhere your glorious presence is felt, like the brightness of the morning sun. Everywhere in all objects, your glorious presence is revealed. O Master of the world, you have wrapped my heart and vision. You are the ever beautiful, whom I adore so much, so much. You are the epitome of love and kindness. You are the epitome of love and kindness. Your lovely hands have enveloped all over us. The whole cosmos is in your arms of love and bliss. The whole cosmos is in your arms of love and bliss. You are present in every object of the world dazzlingly. So it is foolishness to search you anywhere. So it is foolishness to search you anywhere. You are present here and everywhere. To see you, to observe you everywhere, to remain with you under your magical spell is a joyful thing, for there is nothing more beautiful than you. There is nothing more beautiful than you. Thank you so much.
Beautiful, sir, beautiful. If you have one more, you could just go ahead. Sir.
Yes, I have another poem. I can read it. The title of the poem is Love Songs of Spring. Love Songs of Spring. Heaven's pleasure comes down to earth with all its glorious wings of love, with all its glorious wings of love. As if a cascade of love is pouring in with a cloud of white color. There is a song of silence heard from the whisper of the flowers. There is a song of silence heard from the whisper of the flowers. The air is vibrant with the sweet fragrance of flowers. And the tremendous surge of joy comes down with songs of cuckoo and other songbirds. Beneath azure, the songs of spring birds are heard like a silent hymn, a sweet canticle. O spring, the king of seasons, this beautiful world is becoming a living paradise in your presence, a living paradise in your presence. A mesmerizing spell radiates from your presence, making the ambience placid and limpid. Each moment of your magnanimous beauty is leaving a subtle artistic print in the air. The whole surrounding is charged with a wonderful spell. There is a vibe of song everywhere. It is the song of love and jubilation for spring. Thank you so much. You have given me so much wonderful platform to recite my poem. I am very much grateful to you and thankful to you, dear.
It's our honor, sir. It's honor to have you on the show. It's such a beautiful poem that you presented. Is omnipotent, omnipresent, and a nice imagery that you put into the second poem as well. Thank you. Thanks for coming and thanks for showering your love. And please do come and regularly. You would enjoy the others as well. Thank you. Thanks for coming and thank you. That was a scholarly outpouring from Dr. Maheshwar Das, and give it up for Maheshwar Das. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, let us jump on to our lovely and lively poet. Yes, she writes beautiful, lovely poems, and she emotes it so well, and her body language, it's like with gestures and so beautiful. She's on YouTube, and every time she reads and she, pages. So let's welcome Garima Sudan from Dubai. So thank you. Please welcome her. Oh, she's coming after a long gap, so please welcome her.
I'm so sorry for that. I'm so sorry. I'm really helpless at times.
Yeah.
And now my daughter is in grade 9, so very hectic schedule, Prasanna sir.
No,
I see time every Sunday, trust me, 4:30, and I'm totally helpless. But today I was thinking, no, I'm late, but still I would love to join.
right,
My
yeah.
daughter, you know her, right? So she also told me, no, Mama, please join. Go.
That's so wonderful.
Thank you so
about
much.
you,
Good
ma'am.
evening to one and all. And thank you so much, as usual, Prasanna sir, for giving this wonderful opportunity and bearing with me my absence. Today, I would love to say a poem on my second home, that is Bahrain, Middle East. So the title of the poem is Arabian Nights. I had a hazy sight of my childhood literature story, Arabian Night. I had a hazy sight of my childhood literature story, Arabian Nights, that gives me those few glimpses of scenery, of desert I used to draw along. with the tent, the cactus, and the dawn. Little did I know that I will be residing on this beautiful island. Little did I know that I will be residing on this beautiful island where generosity is its main trend. Yeah, people here are very humble, very down to earth, and very kind. Arabian Nights have their unique sight. As summers are too hot and in winters, we wear them that are warm and light. Pearls, abaya, thobe, jalabia speak their own elegance. Aromatic smell of bakhur, their scented traditional perfume that is blended with sandalwood and raisins. I feel calm seeing the dancing waves with the sunset at the beach, relishing the tempting Arabic delicacies. Makboos, shawarma, and dates are so refined. The beautiful artwork of Grand Mosque is so captivating and well-defined. I feel so blessed. I feel so blessed to see inside out and offer my praise and gratitude for having this Arabian land as my second abode. Thank you.
Ma'am, beautiful. Really, that was that was what you experienced, and that was, that you went into a poem. Arabian Nights, Bahrain. Yes, that's wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful, beautiful. Do you have another one? If you could go, yes, we have time, so I could just go ahead and yeah. Yes, yes. If you have second one, it would just.
Actually, I have this poem. It's one of my favorite. I think I have told on this platform. Is it okay if I'll repeat? Because people here are, yeah. Hi, Shalini ji, a long time. So good to see you.
Hi, Garima. Lovely to see you. Hello, Prasanna.
Same here. I was saying sorry to Prasanna sir for having my absence for a long time.
Good to see you.
Thank you so much. The second poem I would love to recite, Prasanna sir, is God's Reflection. It's a picture prompt, actually. It was a picture prompt in a contest. The old lady, I'm just, portraying it. Old lady sitting, okay? So, and behind is a goddess goddess idol, okay? And in front of the goddess idol, she is sitting, finishing her work. Just portray that. And I will be telling, we have to picture, portray those feelings. The title I have kept, God's Reflection. Unlike herself, she sat down before completing the chores. Thoughts of family talks, bills worrying her more. She has not lived her life like this before. In the vibrant color saris with her smile intact and bright, she used to be on her toes and come face to face with every plight. After years, she seemed old but was strong enough, as the bitterness of her children had made her tough. She used to be on her toes and come face to face with every plight. After years, she seemed old, but was strong enough, as the bitterness of her children had made her tough. She often ponders what she has achieved and lost through the struggles. Standing like a wall between her family and the countless hurdles. Like God, she has always put her hands in front for the blessings and protected her people. The difference was that they only praised the God well. As for her family, she has given all her valuables to sell. Now she is left with her dried eyes for so many stories of sacrifice to tell. Thank you so
Brilliant.
much.
Oh my God, a little bit of touching, I mean, it's like very much moving. I mean, yes.
Thank you so much. I really like this picture. So whatever thoughts came into my mind, I penned it down. So here was the poem. Thank you so much for giving this wonderful opportunity twice in this show today.
Yes, for new to those who joined, the newly joined. So far it is an experience of listening to you and getting to know your those in intent of the poem, the emotional, overflowing. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Let's jump across to our next poet. Our next poet is a professor, retired professor, and yes, Kadipada Ghosh. After a long time. Kadipuda sir, over to you.
After a long time, I have been invited by my brother Kumar Prasannaji, the great world poet of the century, the contemporary great poet of the century. I have read many poems of his books, and it captivated my heart. It is very soothing and charming and captivating also, so touching, so magnanimous and so magnificent. The poems are ever written by Kumar Prasanna, my brother. At the outset, I express my heartfelt gratitude and thankfulness to Shalini Devi and Kumar Prasannaji for inviting me to the great fertile brains, the foundation, Poetry Foundation, and I have been greatly elated to have been invited by them on this auspicious evening. The evening is so very powerful, so very charming to recite the poems of different poets of the world. And so I express my heartfelt gratitude to and thankfulness to them, and also the Bengali Novabarsha greetings to them. Bengali Novabarsha, Poila Boishak Novabarsha to them. And this is an auspicious day to us, to the Bengalis, to the Indians, and also the NRI Bengali who lives in abroad or across the globe. They are celebrating the Navabarsha with much enthusiasm. And I would recite my poem, Self and Soul, a philosophical poem, a metaphysical also, so to say the philosophical elements are therein. Self and soul. I have been searching my soul. A long time has elapsed since I have been. Are you searching yours? Perhaps positive or negative. Perhaps I have been idling my time in gossiping or writing verses. That's not the matter. It's gain or bafflement or loss. I ponder over what I have been searching with the passage of time. What I did or will do for humanity. Mere food and drink is not a life. Mere food and drink is not a life. Look at the mirror of life. Dive deep into the self and soul, a self-contentment or consumption, luxurious life or renunciation and salvation. What's the profit or loss? I know not. Hankering after wealth or place is not the essence of life. Divine love and sacrifice for humanity, actions and positivity, hope and endeavor leads to success. Soul and self find realization, conflict and reconciliation in this mundane world, a complete surrender to him or to infinity within. Rays of light of reconciliation peeps through the like silver lining.
Beautiful, sir. Beautiful. Thank you always,
In the philosophical poem, there is a relationship between self and soul. Self and soul. Soul is the supreme power, the divine power within our soul. And if we hanker after wealth always, we do not find contentment or happiness, the peace of mind. If we surrender ourselves to God, the divinity, and will be much benefited, the double benefit He will bestow upon us. And our great poet, Rabindranath Tagore, the Gitanjali, the theme of the Gitanjali is self-surrendering. If we surrender ourselves to the divine power, the God, the almighty power, He will also bestow upon various gifts, various bestowings upon us. And we must sacrifice ourselves. We must sacrifice our life for the cause of our country. So, as well as we must dedicate ourselves to the service of mankind, to the service of humanity, and also for the service of divinity. So there is a relationship between humanity and divinity. And this is the purpose of our poet also, the social obligation of the poet to inflict much more interest in ethical sense, in spiritual sense, which will be imbibed by the poets to another poet. It is a transmission of our thoughts, of our spiritual upliftment to the society. And the society will be better and much benefited by the world poets like ours, who are dedicated for the humanity. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Indeed, sir, we agree with you. Yes, it is the onus is on us. So yes, the poets are most delicate souls, I would say. Maybe that is something, but this is
They are
the
dedicated souls. They are dedicated souls.
delicate
Poets
souls.
are
Very
dedicated souls.
sensitive.
They are heroes. Poets are heroes, according to Carlyle, the 18th century thinker, philosopher Carlyle. She said, and we have read in our honors classes and ME classes, that poets are heroes.
Right.
Poets are the pathfinders of the society. Poets are the light bearers, torch bearers of the society.
Exactly, sir. Thank you, sir. That was really, enlightening, words from you. And that was Kalipada Ghosh, sir, who is a scholar, retired and a professor. And Happy New Year, all Bengalis out there.
Happy New Year, Bengali New Year, Poila Boishak, greetings from West Bengal. And my soul, I express my heartfelt greetings, Namabarsha greetings to you and all, to the world poets, to the humanity also. Love and empathy. Let love and empathy pour by the humanity and by the God to you, upon you and all.
Amen, sir. Thank you. Thanks for coming, and thanks you. Let's jump on to another retired professor, to Basudev Paul. Yes, he requires no introduction, but he always encourages and he always supports this, platform, and very, in the part. So Basudev Paul, sir, let's welcome.
Yes, Prasanna. Good evening. And weather is very sulky, and your Sunday seems to have been present every day. It comes so quickly. Anyway,
it's 8 o'clock.
Let me recite a short poem. The title of the poem is just a minute. The title of the poem is The Scarlet Sun. This is a silent wonderment, per se. God painted such a non-peril forty. Brush and palette aside, he was loony. That put forth the pungency of making. The sun, with a drowsy face, went west to enlighten the universe with peace. Hopeful was the desire for a bright morn. Its beams disperse the poverty of aura. Thank you. So little a poem.
Thank you, sir. Do you have another one for us? I think we lost him. Do you have another one? I mean, the second one. I mean, you could. Okay, but sorry for that, internet issue. Once again, it's pretty much awkward. But yes, let's jump on to our next poet. Our next poet is a storyteller and a beautiful heart healer, and he is a retired professor, medical science. And let's welcome Ray Whitaker.
Good morning, everyone. It's always a good thing to be here amongst all of you poets all over the world. It's humbling for me. Thank you again for including me in this. I appreciate the glowing introduction from Prasanna, but I'm not a retired professor, so I'm a retired therapist from a hospital environment. But thank you very much for that glowing introduction. I appreciate it. I have two poems for you all today, and they have to do with walking through life. And the first one is called Footprints. Something is walking on the lakeshore rocks. It is big enough to move some of them, slightly askew. Each morning I see some more of them have slid into the water. What carelessness caused rocks to move? The weight of whatever context it was is a telling factor, speaking tales around the fire. The heaviness of personality traits moves us. A dead weight might be so much that we seem to be only moved in the direction it takes us. The car slides on ice towards an embankment. It is not all we are compelled to do. That force, those directions and conceptions driven by the myriad complexities of human being. Whatever is walking on the stones lakeside has all the exigency of experience. Nearby up the shore are human footprints, petrified, half a world away. That line of footprints is found in a long ago dried up ancient lake bed, having walked ever so slowly through the eons. Thank you. And I have one more.
Please.
I have one more. This one's called Shining Things. I am a human being, born to wonder about everything under the stars. I eat only for my strength. I am a human being, looking for meaning when I sometimes cannot believe what is hidden under your sleeve. It's just that there is what may be, as I wonder what it is I can see, questioning what there is, having seen what was done by corrupt biz. It's just that there is this shining thing, and I wish it would fit like a ring on the thoughts that are circling. The presence there is so strong while thinking. I am a human being wearing a coat to keep out the cold, walking through the undiscovered and the forgotten civilizations whose demise was all red. I am a human being walking along a sometimes muddy, slushy path. When is the time to look back while carrying my heavy sack? It's just that what there is may be, while wondering what comes next, not what happened before. I don't see the past well anymore. It's just that there is which is nose to nose, incidents that confront interfering with flows, dreaming of little opaque water turtles hatching, marching to the water's edge for the rest of life's living. I am a human being with the things that are mine. You think you see me sometimes on bended knee. Never mind the past. It wasn't meant to last. It's gone now, opening to the future. We human beings respond to that lure. Thank you very much.
Wow. Wow, that was imbibing and so profound. Yes, meaning human beings is always searching for the meaning. I'm afraid how many are, but yes, those who are searching your introspective or your soul searching souls, they may be called as, but yes, that is, very thought-provoking, human footprints we left behind.
Thank you very much.
Very thoughtful, profound, sublime, very.
I'm just trying to fit in here with the profound thinkers that you have show up here and read their work. It's listening to everyone else's work is really thought-provoking as well, and I really appreciate being here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. That was really marvelous presentation. Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming always and keeping your spirit on with this platform. We love you. Let's jump on to our next poet. We are celebrating, what do you call Vishu. Vishu is the one which is celebrated in the Kerala, but this is another name of that we are celebrating in Bengal and Bihu and Assam and Ugadi, and the names are very different, but yes, they are all almost festivals. That is true. But yes, he's award-winning writer. Children, his mainstay. I mean, it's like his whole song. So let's welcome Sreedharan Parokode. He's beautiful at singing too. He sings and gives her writes small poems, but very touching with a beautiful imagery goes into it. Let's welcome Sreedharan Parokode.
Yeah. Thank you, President. Yeah, am I audible? Okay.
Perfect, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Fertile Brain and Prasanna ji and respected poets, and we could meet again. And this is the time of Vishu, as Prasanna ji has already told. Uthiriyum mattapum kattikkan porunno Ullani kaadu vedinyan poongate chollamo Kani kaanan konnappo Kaumaram chudunnu Kaumaram chudumbol Kani vellari kaikunnu Poothiriyum mattapum Kattikkan porunno Ullani kaadu vedinyan Manamiyelum poongate. And my poem is titled as Sleeping on the Wheels. Sleeping on the Wheels. As the horn understands the pathetic conditions of the wheels, it becomes more noisy when moved in the crowd. As the horn understands the pathetic conditions of the wheels, it becomes more noisy when moved in the crowd. As the people like to have more days, they make ways to the moving ones. As the people like to have more days, they make ways to the moving ones. The passengers, when entered, are searching for suitable seats, placing the belongings at the entrance and closing the doors. The passengers, when entered, are searching for suitable seats, placing the belongings at the entrance and closing doors. The driver applies the brake wherever necessary and checks the wheels often. The driver applies the brake wherever necessary and checks the wheels often. While some sleep, some are awake. While some sleep, some are awake. And some getting down, not knowing the destination. And some getting down, not knowing the destination in the dimmed light. In the dimmed light. Thank you for the time.
That was fun. That was funny, but yes, that was a realistic picture of Monday, tantrums.
Yeah.
Daily.
Thank you.
Really. And happy wish you, yes, sir. Once again, you. Okay, we got a lovely poet over here. So he's a spiritual and a Reiki master, I would say. But yes, I could say openly, I wouldn't you could climb on that, but yes, Shalini Nandkeolyar is her name. So please welcome Shalini ma'am, who is a philosopher and a spiritualist as well.
Thank you so much, Prasanna. And a very warm greeting to all the wonderful esteemed poets. And yes, New Year's being celebrated in India all over. So I wish everybody Poila Vaishak, happy Vishu, Shubha Navavarsha, happy Vishu, happy Vaisakhi, happy Bihu. So a very, very wonderful New Year to all. And thank you so much, Prasanna. So I have two poems and just take a little bit. This poem I written quite a long time ago, in the sense almost like 7-8 years ago. But it's come up for reading today. I don't know why. It opened on this page, so I think I'll read it. It's called Faith. No matter how many times eyes overflow, all embankments. No matter how many times eyes overflow, all embankments, and the mist veils the glimmer of the soul's effulgence. No matter how many times eyes overflow, all embankments, and the mist veils the glimmer of the soul's effulgence. No matter how many countless storms rage silently, tearing all asunder. No matter how many countless storms rage silently, tearing all asunder, life ebbs and flows, waxes and wanes like the wanton moon. Life ebbs and flows, waxes and wanes like the wanton moon. But you keep me afloat in the haloed circle of thy luminous grace. But you keep me afloat in the haloed circle of thy luminous grace. For thou art my lighthouse of hope, my illumined path, my eternal destination. But you keep me afloat in the haloed circle of thy luminous grace, for thou art my lighthouse of hope, my illumined path, my eternal destination.
Wow.
Thank you.
Lighthouse of Hope. Yes, life goes on.
I think this poem that I wrote was at a time when actually life was a real whirlwind. And I think we all need to hang on to that last straw. And I think it's always God shows you the light somewhere at the end of the tunnel. And I think life becomes a lot easier when you surrender and you have pinned all your hopes on Him. So this is the poem that just came out.
Brilliant, ma'am. Brilliant. You wanted to read second poem, ma'am, if you could just.
Yes,
please.
and this poem, second poem I write is about a grain of sand. It's a journey of the grain of sand, maybe the journey of all souls on its destination to the Supreme. Buried in the sands at the river's edge and a tiny droplet of water. Listen to the whispers of the river's quiet journey. Buried in the sand at the river's edge, a tiny droplet of water. Listen to the whispers of the river's quiet journey. Life's rocky turbulence, now and then a joyful calm. Life's rocky turbulence, now and then a joyful calm. A burst of spring and winding forest terrain. A burst of spring and winding forest terrain. The boats ploughing on its calm, silent bosom. The boats ploughing on its calm, silent bosom. The rhythm of the oar, splash, 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 keeping a mesmerizing beat with the boatsman's haunting strains. The sun's golden rays of warmth, the raging storm and racking winds. Keeping a mesmerizing beat with the boatsman's haunting strains, the sun's golden rays of warmth, the raging storm and racking winds. Through it all, the river knew only to constantly flow. Through it all, the river knew only to constantly flow on its committed destination, home to the mighty ocean. The tiny droplet listened and time went by in rapt contemplation. The tiny droplet listened and time went by in rapt contemplation, in silence, in solitude, waiting, yearning. Clouds gathered and lightning struck. The rain came down in sheets, touched the parched droplet, and carried it into the river's waiting bosom. Into the river's waiting bosom to flow to the journey's end, home to the infinite ocean. And carried it into the river's waiting bosom to flow to the journey's end, home to the infinite ocean. Thank you.
So the river is following its duty and destined duty. That is what
I love yes, I think I have a special affinity with the river because the river's always, it fascinates me. And I think, I just feel, it's like life. When you delve deep into yourself, the river is always calm deep down. It's only the surface turbulence which is there and the ripples that are there. But when you go down to the depths of the river, to the depths of the ocean, there is an undisturbed calmness over there. So that is what kind of lures me. And so I find somewhere or the other, the river always kind of meanders in whatever I write.
Yes, Shalini, just a minute. Shalini, and the movement of man is to the infinite ocean. Infinite ocean means the ultimate aim of the movement is to the ocean. Ocean can be considered as our life. And we are in search of our supreme power. And this ocean can also be defined like this also. Very good, very nicely depicted. Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, until we realize that that one droplet of water it actually contains the ocean itself. But I think that is the point of realization we are all searching for. And that is the ultimate truth. But until we get to know that one drop of water is nothing but that supreme consciousness again.
Yeah, just like that. Lolama manjin kanigayil logamunai kandu nadapavar. In a dew drop, we can see the entire world. That's it. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Nice.
And that was beautiful. Though I didn't understand the lyrics, but yeah, but I can kind of, get the fragrance of what you were trying to say.
Okay, thank you.
Very nice.
Sir, I would like to add here something. I do completely agree with Shalini's poem, the second one, that she is fascinated with river. Actually, most of us, but we do acknowledge later on. Whenever we see a river, we are so fascinated. It gives a lot of reasons actually. From river, we can learn so many things related to life struggles. River is moving, right? It doesn't stop, whatever it comes. It's not like it doesn't faces anything. It faces and it doesn't stop. Still, it gives so much peace and calmness. It holds so much, but it keeps on flowing it. So it gives a lot of happiness at the same time and lessons at the same time. Thank you so much. It brings a big smile on my face.
Yes, that's really nice because the river does teach a lot of lessons. If you sit by the river and you contemplate, it does teach. At one point of time, the river from the source, when it flows down the mountains, it encounters rocks, boulders, everything. But it still doesn't stop. It finds a way around the rocks, around the forests. It meanders everywhere. But ultimately, it reaches at one point of time into the ocean, isn't it? So the idea is to just take each day as it comes, just surrender and continue to flow no matter what. Thank you so much.
I would like to add that in my country, Native Americans believe that the rivers have a voice and that they listen for the voice at the riverside. And many wise people from the Native Americans, their shamans or their tribal leaders spend time on riverbanks. I personally have tried to write a poem about that experience, but it's a hard one to get on paper, because you have to put the music in there somewhere, because the river sings, right? And I don't know how to. I'm not the best at putting music into poetry. So, but I really appreciated your writing, Shalini. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Very much.
I was about to add the same thing, sir, what Mr. Ray had said here regarding the sound. It gives different types of sound, It produces different types of sound if you sit near the river, and it gives immense pleasure. Thank you so much, sir.
The river has its own melody, its own philosophy. And we in India, we worship the river. We actually, in Vedanta, we worship each and everything, because we believe that supreme consciousness, pervades everything. So it's true that the rivers have a spirit of their own. And I think with everything, the breeze, everything, wherever you go, it has. You only have to just have that little contemplative mind and a little meditation to be able to decipher what the river is speaking or what the mountains are trying to tell us. So Mother Nature is all over, teaching you everything. So that is the thing. So then the river is again, like the element of water. And again, yes, it's one of the elements that we are made of. So, and thank you so much, Ray, for
That's
this
wonderful.
wonderful contemplation. You can go on endlessly,
I
actually.
could put it like this. I could hear the rustling ripples of, sonorous voice of rivers coming from the poet's voice. That's it.
I think it's been a complete fascination, the music of the river.
Thank you, Shalini ma'am. Thank you, Sreedharan sir.
Thank you for all the
Thank you
wonderful
very much.
contemplations and
If anybody would like to go ahead with contemplating this, extending this conversation, yes, Renukuntla Murali sir, go ahead with your poem, and if you could say anything about something about, you could just go ahead. Okay, but just let's welcome Renukuntla Murali sir. And he is a great supporter of our Fatal Brands, and he every week publishes in the daily vernacular news dailies. So cheer him up and welcome Renukuntla Murali sir.
So good morning and good evening all.
Good night, sir.
Is it audible, sir?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Is it audible?
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir. Yeah.
My title of the poem is Life is Beautiful, sir. Life is beautiful. Just before I have written it, due to lack of that low battery, I'm getting doubt whether I get choice or not. I'm sorry. Life is beautiful when we are joyful. Life is beautiful when we are joyful. Life is smooth. Life is smooth when we control our mouth. Life is smooth when we control our mouth. Life is bed of roses when we wake up before the sun rises. Life is bed of roses when we wake up before the sun rises. Life is wealthy when we are healthy. Life is wealthy when we are healthy. Life is long. When we reach high goals, when we reach our high goals, peaceful, life is peaceful when we have positive attitudes. Life is peaceful when we have positive attitudes. Life is dull when I just have time, when I adjust to all. Life is dull when we adjust to all. Life is honorable when we honor well each other. Life is in our control. Life is in our control. When we never exceed limits. Life is not earning. Life is not earning, but learning forever. Learning forever. And the greatest scientists, philosophers like Socrates, Plato, Einstein. Life is not eternal. Life is not eternal, but our great and best achievements are remain forever. I remain forever. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for this given opportunity.
Beautiful, sir. Yes, life is beautiful when we control our mouth.
That's right.
That is very well put, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Let's jump across to our smiling poet, Isaac.
If you give me chance, I would like to sing one stanza in Telugu, sir, regarding patriotic.
Please, go ahead.
Okay, sir?
Yeah.
Thanks. Jana Jagruta Nava Bharata Mahodayam. Jana Jagruta Nava Bharata Mahodayam. ఈ కనులతోనే కాంచుదా ఈ జీవితం సాధించుదా జన జాగృత నవ భారత మహోదయం ఈ కనులతోనే కాంచుదా ఈ జీవితం సాధించుదా ప్రతి వృద్ధిలో దేశభక్తి మోసులెత్తి ప్రతి వృద్ధిలో దేశభక్తి మోసులెత్తా నర నరానవ చేతన వెళ్ళి విరియా ప్రతి వృద్ధిలో దేశభక్తి మోసులెత్తా నర నరానవ చేతన వెళ్ళి విరియా సమతా భావన పెంచి ప్రతి వృద్ధిలో మమత నింపి జాతిని సేవించుదా మన భారతిని సేవించుదా జన జాగృత నవ భారత మహోదయం ఈ కనులతోనే కాంచుదా ఈ జీవితం సాధించుదా సార్ థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్ థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్
Wow, mellifluous, sir. I must say mellifluous.
Thank you very much.
Beautiful song, beautiful singing, beautiful voice. Wonderful.
Thank you
Beautiful.
thank you one and all.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you one and all. I got this
Thank you,
opportunity.
sir. Isaac, go on. Go ahead.
Very nice.
Yes. Yeah, ma'am, please. Shalini, ma'am, you were saying something. Yeah, please go ahead.
What to say?
No, you want to see?
Prepared anything?
You want to say something, or you could just.
Oh, yeah.
You want to? Yeah. Otherwise, yeah.
No, I was just going to say that it sounded very beautiful. What you sang just now. But only thing is, we miss out on the lyrics then, now not knowing the language. So, but whatever it was beautiful. Bharatam, so it has to be about, I guess.
Yeah, it is about nation.
Nation.
Yeah, it is about nation.
Yeah, it was beautiful singing. Very nice.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Blessings and compliments. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
Isaac, go ahead, Isaac, go ahead. Isaac, please, go ahead.
I am peace. Yes, I am peace. A nice, polite, a cultural play, a quiet voice.
Isaac, your bandwidth is low. That is what it's saying.
I recall of seeing
Isaac, we are afraid we can't hear you.
I am last the third. I recall the gypsy.
Isaac, there is trouble from your end and okay, let's jump on to our next poet, Sudipta Mishra. Yes. Sorry.
Hi, everyone.
Hi,
sir.
please go ahead. Sorry.
Thank you.
Isaac, sorry for the interruption. So you could, recite later maybe.
Shall I go ahead?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay. After me, Isaac will continue. Okay.
Yes.
Maybe audible, na?
Please, go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. Actually, I am a tea lover. So my 2 poems are dedicated to tea. Okay. While sipping tea, I always think about a fictitious character, my partner, and that those poems are dedicated to my fictitious partner, not real, fictitious. Okay. Missing you. Between you and me exists a cup of brewing tea, sometimes red, pink, green, or black, laced with white cream. For you and me, tea was the vehicle of passing time. I wonder, you were here to fill my void chamber. In the theater of my barren life, I only pause for your presence in my tea platter. Oh, I wish you were here to fill my lone chamber. I miss you in every season, my dear. I cannot think of a second sans your presence. I simply gulp a cup of black tea to elude thy absence. With the curly vapors of brewing tea, my soul reminisces those fragile views when stars even celebrated our moments of solitude. While sipping a cup of tea, coupled with despair, I embrace my solitude. Yet, I recall our tea parties, flooded with laughter. Every time I hold my ginger-added cuppa, reminiscent of your endless presence, I say, still, my feverish soul awaits your eternal essence. In my solitary moments, I often wonder, I wish you were here with me to fill my lone chamber. Echoes of your laughter still are favors to my cup of tea. And the second poem is also a tea poem. I can feel the void while sipping a cup of tea. The piling of cups hints my haunting solitude. The curly vapor of brewing tea doubles my waiting for you in a multitude. Tea time with you, for me, was an eye-catching splendor, where stories literally danced on our floor. Still, I dream of that pearly juncture. I can feel your lasting incense. I trace you in profound silence. Piles of tea cups imply only your absence. Thank you. Thank you.
Nice imagery, ma'am. Nice imagery. Very well put. Very well put.
Thank you,
Beautiful.
everyone.
Yeah.
Jai
Very,
Jagannath. Thank you.
thank you. Thanks for coming. Isaac, would you like to go? I mean, would you like to read? Go ahead, please.
The new or the
You could go go ahead, any of your
ah
yeah, please.
sure. But, yes, Adequate. The package. People smoke cigarettes. Some of them throw the package in the streets. I who cares about the environment felt like an expat in my own society. God, please change their hearts so that I shall feel like a citizen at my home. And the second, Adequate, the dancer. Flies sky. How I happy people earth. They tell people there is color in the world, and the third maybe people feel
Thank you, Isaac.
I am peace.
Thank you, Isaac.
A nice, a quiet voice. You saw, I am peace, and peace was me.
Yes.
Thank you. That's the
Thank you,
point.
thank you,
Sorry.
thank you, Isaac. Peace is with you and peace with
Yes.
everyone. Maybe that is, if one can realize, maybe that's the thing. Let's end up the show. Maybe yes, but yes, I think I could go. If you permit me, I could read my small poem. Maybe I just get.
Thank you, everyone. Good to see you again.
Thank you. I have to present one mail, so I just please bear with me.
Okay.
If you like, otherwise we could just.
Okay, we are waiting for that. Yeah.
Time's ticking. Yesterday I written, maybe I don't know what categories it comes under, but yes, days are going by hours and many seconds and silence looming over. I'm witnessing wisp of breath crossing the path of sentience cosmos. Time's ticking, days are going by, yet the gust of wind failing to make the tempest and the resultant effect. Time's ticking, days are going by, wink of sleeping, dreaming the whirlwind, the silence is being snatched. Surreal reverie into where clock walk, time's ticking. Days are going by, apocalyptic watchtower, tumbled and the end. Still. Time's ticking, days are going by, days go by. That's the end of my poem. That's the end of the poetic reading with.
That's a beautiful poem.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Very beautiful.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for your feedback. Thank you. Thanks for your love.
Very, very nicely composed poem. And
Very
compact.
nice.
Yeah, okay.
Really
That is
enjoyed
just,
that.
time is ticking by.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed your poem.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you.
Yes, beautiful poem.
Yeah, please. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Okay,
you all so much.